Always be true to yourselves and speak your truth, and let the chips fall where they may. We guarantee you that the truth shall set you free. When you raise your vibration, you put yourself in harmony with the higher self that you already are. And from that place, you can create anything that you want. You can decide what you want to experience, and you can watch as the doubts melt away. When you refuse to go beyond your capacity to think and believe what is possible, you limit yourselves and you limit your access to the creative energy that is always flowing to you and through you. Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm your host, Brian Scott, and I have a fantastic group of channelings today. These come from the Arcturian Council, channeled by Daniel Scranton. You can find these in the book Ascension, The Shift to the Fifth Dimension, Volume 3. I've been honored to read these channelings, and I've gotten a lot out of them. They deal with our shift into the new earth, as well as how to create your reality, the power of love and light, and our galactic shift. Once we get done with this one, I highly recommend you listen to the others that I've read so far. Each one has some amazing tidbits of information. I believe these are also energetic in that beyond just the words, when I read these and I listen to them, that they carry powerful activations that change my aura and energy field. Today we're going to cover a variety of topics including the higher mind, building a new earth, you create your reality, physical recalibrations, humanity's ascension journey, making connections, the truth shall set you free, your sixth sense, determine your own path, your experience of reality is shifting, your ability to create your reality, in addition to a number of other interesting topics. The higher mind. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. It is a wonderful time for you to assess the degree to which you are willing to surrender to the unknown. What you are stepping into as you ascend is a letting go of control. You are, in a sense, leaving the physical mind behind. And as you know, the physical mind likes to know everything. The higher mind is not concerned with knowing everything, including the past and the future. The higher mind is essential for helping you choose between all of the many options that you have before you. But you will not be coming to a time where you have need to know more than what is right in front of you. You are creating and then experiencing, but you are not going to be creating from the known. And so you will need to give up control and embrace the vibrational truth of what you're moving towards. If you attempt to micromanage your creations, you will feel frustration. You will know what it's like to be truly limited, and you will eventually throw up your arms in despair. When you step into a creation of your own, you must be willing to trust yourself. You must be willing to trust in your ability to offer a vibration. You must be willing to trust in this universe and its ability to deliver you something that you've never seen or known about before. Letting go and surrendering control are truly liberating acts of freedom. And once you free yourself from the confines of the physical mind and the known, you will open yourself up to experiences that will blow you away. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Building a new earth. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. This is an opportune time for you to look at everything that you value in your life, because you are on the verge of some very big changes. You want to be sure that you have your priorities in order when the changes come. It is very important for you to know what you stand for, what you believe in, and what your abilities are. Many of you are reaching for new abilities and overlooking the abilities that you have. And when it comes to your beliefs, you are often focusing on the ones you want to change, rather than the ones that serve you. When you are clear about what it is that makes you tick, what is important to you, and what you're hoping for in your lives, you'll be able to make assessments. You'll be able to determine whether your actions are in harmony or opposition to what you prioritize, what you value, what you believe in, and what you believe you are capable of. We want you to be prepared to build from the changes that are coming, and it is important for you to know what it is you want and what it is that you have to contribute as you look to create a new world. As we have said, you are able to shift timelines more easily than ever, and with those shifts come the changes that we are talking about. And when change is upon you, it is important for you to know where your priorities lie. It will also be very important for each of you to value yourselves. If you don't know what your strengths are, ask someone who loves you. Oftentimes you overlook your strengths and abilities because they are so second nature to you. But we promise you, every single one of you has something important and special to offer in the creation of a new earth. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. You create your reality. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. This is a time for you all to reflect upon the lives that you have led up until this moment. It is a time for you to examine decisions that you've made and where you have been able to overcome obstacles. Now is a time for you all to begin to accept that from this point forward, the life that you will be living will be your creation. The life that you will live from this point forward has nothing to do with a blueprint that was in place before you incarnated. You are awakened creator beings who understand vibration, and that is all you need to put yourselves on the timeline that you want to be on to manifest circumstances, events, and people into your lives. It is a time for you to react less and create more. When you are comfortable, calm, and relaxed, what is the ideal time for you to create? When you are reaching for something that you feel you need in order to complete yourself, that is a time for you to process. It's important for you to know the difference and notice the difference between processing and creating. You have so much life to live, so much value to the shift in consciousness, and so much to teach others who have not the understanding that you have of what is happening. As you practice creating your reality, realize that you are showing others how to do it as well. You are leading the way. You are the pioneers who have looked beyond the physical, beyond the solar system, and beyond yourselves to not only what is possible, but what is highly probable for you to experience in this lifetime. There is no need for you to create anything that you don't want to experience. Awareness is the key. Be aware of the vibration you are offering. Be aware of whether it is time to process or to create, and be aware of how you're being of service to others. That is when you are at your most powerful. That is when you have the most support and when you are the most creative. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Physical recalibrations. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. You've been able to take in so much in recent months and years that your systems need to be recalibrated in order to handle the energy, the codes, and the information that you are downloading. All of you are different. There are not two individuals, even twins, who are exactly the same physically. There are several factors involved in why you are different. But that is not the point of this transmission. What we are here to tell you is the recalibrations that are occurring in your physical bodies have repercussions on how you feel physically. You may be inspired to make changes to your diet, to the amount of water that you drink, and your sleep schedule is probably going to be affected as well. Some of you are sleeping for longer periods. Some of you simply cannot sleep as much as you would like. Again, you are all different. And you also have different energies that are available to each of you. You all have different needs for different codes, different DNA upgrades, and so on. So you cannot compare your experience to someone else's, and you cannot define what is normal in this day and age. There simply is no normal experience. Now, those of you who are awake have an advantage. The advantage that you have is that you know what you are experiencing is for your highest good. What is important, however, is that you listen to your bodies and that you listen to the impulses that you are getting. We want you to pay attention to what your intuition is telling you. Seek out any supplements that you feel inspired to seek out. If people in your life keep telling you about a particular supplement, remember that is you sending you that message. You're very clear like that. And your guides will do what they do as well, shifting your attention, turning your head, perking you up when a conversation is happening. And so we advise you to listen to these subtle nudges that you are getting to help yourselves through this challenging time of the physical recalibration that is necessary for you to be the recipients of all that is coming your way. You are here to experience change, and some of the changes that you are experiencing are most pleasant than others, but you always have the option of making things more pleasant for yourselves. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Humanity's Ascension Journey. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. There are many possibilities in front of the human collective right now. There is not one future that has been set in stone for all of you. There is not one path to your ascension. You are the ones deciding how you want to move forward in the period of evolution. And you will continue to explore different possibilities with your consciousness before you take yourselves to any of these probable realities with your physical bodies. As you entertain different possibilities, you gain knowledge from exploring those paths, and you bring that information back with you. The same is true for you in your personal lives. You may not know it consciously, but you do these types of exploratory missions when it comes to the choices you have in front of you. You are benefiting from all these possibilities, even if you never explore them physically. You are the foundation of what you are creating from. You will bring forth more of yourselves as you continue on in your journeys. That much is for certain. If you feel stuck, or if you feel that humanity is stuck in its evolution, look within yourselves. Look at the foundation from which everything is springing forward. See what more you can bring to the experience of your personal evolution and the evolution of humanity. Don't wait for something outside of you to happen that is going to light a fire under you so that you are then pulling forth more of who you are in a desperate state. Bring that more of you forward from a desire to experience more, to give more, to shine more of your light. If each and every one of you does this, you will for sure take the human collective on a most enjoyable route to the fifth dimension. It is up to you. It is your journey to create. And if you are aware of this message, then you can consider this to be your calling. You can consider this to be an invitation for you to assist humanity in taking that path to ascension that is filled with joy, with ease, and with love. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Making connections. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have let you all into our frequency range through these transmissions. We have created a doorway that all of you can walk through at any time. This is not a temporary arrangement. You have permanent access, and we are pleased to offer it to you freely and without hesitation. When you are ready to make a connection like the one that we have made with all of you, the circumstances of your life will take you directly to the beings or being whose connection you will benefit from. Your accessing of the doorways is a byproduct of your willingness to look within yourselves and to be more honest with yourselves about who you are, who you have been, and what you feel. We give you access because we know that in our frequency, you feel more complete. All frequencies are yours. They are all aspects of you. When you look within yourself and you see or feel something that you don't like, that you'd rather not experience, and you shut yourself off to it, that is going to limit the number of ways you can connect and the number of beings you can connect to. When you operate as a whole being who is capable of looking at and experiencing all of your many aspects, you are welcoming in those of us who exist in other realms and dimensions, and you are saying that you are ready to play with us. If you want to have more contact with beings that are out there, so to speak, then allow yourself more contact with what is within you, with all aspects of who you are. When you try to fix something within yourself, it is the same as ignoring it or not acknowledging it in any way. Living with all aspects of yourself in a state of unconditional love, compassion, acceptance, and even respect is the way to coexist and connect with all beings regardless of what dimension they exist in. We are happy to be a part of your spiritual family and to help illuminate more of those aspects of who you are, so that we can offer our love in the hopes that you will do the same. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. The truth shall set you free. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. When you say one thing but mean another, you are not just deceiving the other person or people that you are communicating with. You are showing a lack of respect for yourself. Your authenticity is part of the truth of who you are, and the truth of who you are is not to be diminished or covered up in any way. You are here to know yourselves more fully, and in order to do that, you must be willing to accept yourselves as you are. The practice of lying or not telling the whole truth is quite disempowering. Usually it is an attempt to gain an advantage of some sort, but it is misguided, and you're not gaining anything by not being true to yourself and others. Listen to the words that you speak and listen for the resonance of them. Feel for it. See if it harmonizes with what you actually feel inside of you. Do the same with the thoughts that you think. The thoughts that you think are important because they tell you a story. You must decide what story you want to tell. The story that you often tell is the one that others have fed you, and that story may or may not have been true from that person's perspective. Getting to the heart of who and what you are and expressing that is a fast track to ascension. It is also the most liberating path of ascension. Your words carry weight, and your thoughts often reflect the vibration you are holding. Make sure all of it lines up so that you have an authentic experience of yourself. It is the only way for you to progress, and to progress without pain. If you experience shame and self-judgment, now would be the time for you to let go of those experiences and let in more of your authentic self. The truth of who you are could not be more beautiful, and to offer anything less than that is to rob yourselves of the delicious experience of the fullness of who you are. Always be true to yourselves and speak your truth, and let the chips fall where they may. We guarantee you that the truth shall set you free. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Your sixth sense. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have observed an ability within the human race to find a way to project your consciousness out and to feel with your sixth sense. And we have also noticed that you don't realize that you're doing it most of the time. You mostly utilize this ability subconsciously, and it is an ability that you don't even realize that you have. So how can you benefit from the utilization of this ability, and how can you use it more consciously? We believe that it all starts with the willingness to accept that you are much more powerful than you give yourselves credit for. You must be willing to trust that you are capable of more than what you have witnessed yourselves doing, saying, thinking, and being. This projection of your consciousness is accomplished with just a little bit of focus. And if you focus with intention and deliberately, you can receive much more than what you can perceive with your five senses. Taking in the information that comes back to you from the projection of your consciousness is something that you will get better at understanding. You will have interpretations at times that you question. You will wonder how much of it is real and how much it is your imagination. And you will be right at times to question your interpretations, but eventually this experience will become automatic and it will be intentional. Right now, your experience of this ability is that you just know things, and you don't know why or how. Or you pick up on a vibration, and that vibration is pushing you away from something or moving you towards it. But even that experience is something that you can second guess with your mind. We invite you to practice by quieting your mind and sending your consciousness out to explore a possibility, to explore an opportunity, to explore a situation that is already present in your life, and see what information you get back. See what you can pick up on with this sixth sense of yours. You don't have to tell anyone about it. You don't have to act upon it. For now, just work on receiving the information and trusting it, and use it to inform your decision making. Use it to help you determine the vibration of something. Use it because it is your ability and it is your birthright. It is time for you all to step into the power that you have within you. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Determine your own path. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are giving a bit of map to all of you. It is a map that is filled with options for you to take. You are the ones who are deciding which journeys you are going to take, how you're going to take them, and how long you're going to take in getting to where you are going. We simply provide the map. When you have an agenda and a very specific destination, you often look for precise ways of getting to where you're going. You want the fastest way, you want the easiest way, you want the way that is filled with the most certainty along your path. But when you cling too tightly to your agendas, you do not allow for the detours to take you to even more marvelous places than you could possibly imagine. Your hearts are like a compass, and your minds provide blinders that only allow you to see in one particular direction at a time. We have given you a type of framework that you can use to take yourselves beyond where the map indicates. Your journeys are not set in stone, and the more flexible you are, the better. The more able you are to bring yourselves to the understanding that this is not a race, the more fun you will have along your way. Your attitude is much more important than how quickly you get to where you're going. You believe in certain routes more than others, and you often put all of your faith into the known, into the well-traveled roads, but you have the ability to create brand new routes, and you are also capable of going off of all known paths to blaze the trails of others. We can only nudge you in a direction, but we are not interested in controlling anything about your journey. See if you can say the same thing about yourselves, and if you cannot, then it is time for you to open yourselves to more than what you can see in front of you, more than what you can determine is possible, and more than what we can even guide you towards. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Your experience of reality is shifting. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. You have experienced but a fraction of what your consciousness is capable of perceiving. This means that your awakening is also about experiencing more. It is primarily about awakening to the fact that you are source energy. But then you also get to awaken to the fullness and richness of reality. You get to experience it in its true form. The first thing you will notice as you begin to see and feel more will be the differences in your abilities to perceive with the five senses. As you open up to these experiences, you can expect to encounter layers upon layers of this reality that will excite you, that will inspire you, and that will give you a newfound appreciation for your planet. The fullness and richness of the reality that you experienced is in direct proportion to the amount of consciousness that you have awakened. This is one of the reasons why being present is so important. In being present, you're able to perceive that which is right in front of you, and you're able to perceive it from a perspective that can only be experienced as you operate as your whole self, or higher self. Becoming one with the experience of your reality, becoming the observer and the observed, is one of the mind-blowing experiences that you never forget. As you expand your consciousness, you expand your sense of self to include more of this reality, and that is something else that you awaken to. You awaken to the fact that you are the reality that you experience. You are not in it. It is you. It is you projected out and reflected back, and when you know this to be true without a shadow of a doubt, you are then able to create what you want to experience. You're able to go where you want to go, and you're able to be what you want to be. It all starts with a willingness to be present and to stretch your five senses beyond what you've been able to use them for previously. And as you're grounded in your physical bodies, you give yourselves the best possible experience of reality. The expansion that occurs is a natural byproduct of existence. But you can hasten the experience of expansion, and you can accelerate your expansion, and you do so by shifting the way you experience reality. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Your ability to create your reality. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. When you have doubts about your ability to create the experiences that you want to have, you're not taking into consideration the totality of who you are. You are looking at the situation from the narrow perception of mind and the ego. The mind and the ego tell you that you're only capable of doing so much. You especially base your ability to create your reality upon the past. And that is one of the ways in which you limit yourselves. There is an expectation that you then create around what you can create and what you can experience. The ability is there. It is within each and every one of you. There is no question that you can create whatever experience you want to have. However, you look at the facts a bit too much, and you don't give yourselves enough time to let your creations come to you. And so the doubt builds, and the doubt prevents you from experiencing that which you have already created, that which was already on the way to you. This is why we recommend that you create for the fun of it. and that you create with a sense of joy and eagerness rather than a sense of desperation and neediness. When you approach your creative process from a place of wonder and awe at all that is available to you, you put yourselves on a path, and the path leads to everything that you want to experience in your lives. There is no one right way to live, and there is no one right way to create your reality. You do have several opportunities to acknowledge yourselves and your abilities, but you sometimes dismiss that which you've created, and you don't give yourselves the credit that you deserve. If someone gives you something, you don't necessarily see it as your creation, but it most certainly is. So facing your doubts and your fears about your ability to create your reality will ultimately result in your full acceptance of the conscious creator being that you are. That result will come from your willingness to explore why you doubt yourselves, why you doubt your abilities, and as you deconstruct those thoughts and those beliefs, you will ultimately get to the core of who you are. You will uncover the truth that you are source energy, beings creating everything that you experience. When you raise your vibration, you put yourself in harmony with the higher self that you already are. And from that place, you can create anything that you want. You can decide what you want to experience, and you can watch as the doubts melt away. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Take the pressure off of yourselves. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We've been looking at the various ways in which you are handling the stresses in your lives, and we have noticed something that we'd like to point out to all of you. You often find that you're in a place where you put pressure on yourselves, and the pressure is coming from within you. The stress that you experience then is created from your own stance, your own goals that you've set for yourselves. It is not as though there is someone else outside of you putting the pressure on you that results in the stress that you experience. You are literally doing it to yourselves and creating problems for yourselves where you need not experience such things. When we observe you, we often wonder what the benefit is of putting the pressure on yourselves and experiencing the stress. And our conclusion is that you're attempting to avoid a much more painful experience, a much more painful realization. So let us say you're putting pressure on yourselves to accomplish something like a goal, because you believe that in the accomplishing of the goal, you will feel better about yourselves. And if it looks like you are not going to be able to accomplish the goal, you experience more and more stress. Look at the areas in your lives where you are putting pressure on yourselves to succeed at something. Let go of that particular goal and instead give yourselves the unconditional love and the unconditional acknowledgement that you deserve. In other words, stop trying to prove to yourselves that you are good or that you are good enough to be worthy of something or someone. You can always tell when you're putting that pressure on yourselves to succeed because you find yourselves in a constant state of anxiety, in a constant state of worry and even panic. You find yourselves fighting against the clock and the calendar rather than relaxing into the present. You need not prove yourselves to anyone, including yourselves. We desire for you that you will release yourselves from the pressure that we see so that you can release yourselves from the stress that you then experience. And we will continue to offer you our unconditional love in the hopes that you will offer it to yourselves. There is nothing that you need to prove or accomplish in this lifetime or in any other. Feel the relief that comes from knowing this and from taking the pressure off of yourselves, and you will begin to enjoy this beautiful journey that you are on. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Create beyond thought. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. There's only your creation and what you decide to do with it. You have at your disposal a tremendous amount of creative energy, and you utilize but a fraction of it. This lack of accessing the creative energy that is available to you stems from your willingness to play a smaller version of this game. When you refuse to go beyond your capacity to think and believe what is possible, you limit yourselves and you limit your access to the creative energy that is always flowing to you and through you. When you fully embrace the creative life force energy that you truly are, you will have much more available to you to work with, and then you can create on a much bigger scale. We see all of you wanting to create a better world, not just for yourselves, but for all beings on planet Earth. And we know that you are capable of accessing the creative life force energy to exist in that world. But your thoughts and your beliefs often get in the way. Therefore, we suggest that you create outside of thought and outside of belief. We suggest that you work with energy that you can feel, energy that you can tap into, and energy that you can use to create your reality. When you create, when you are in the process, let go of preconceived notions about what is possible and exist purely in the realm of infinite possibilities. Demonstrate to yourselves how powerful you are by accessing the energy at the core of your beingness, and let it show just how powerful you are. When you attempt to create with the known, with what the mind can perceive, you limit yourselves. When you access creative life force energy by focusing on who you really are, you can create anything, you can experience anything, and you can become anything. Accessing this energy is as easy as reminding yourselves of who you really are and feeling for it within yourselves, within the palms of your hands, and within the core of your beingness. Once you do, you can relax and know that the energy you are accessing is absolutely going to go where you want it to go. You can relax into the knowing that in that moment, you are creating precisely what you want, even if it goes beyond what your minds are capable of perceiving. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Experience, perception, and creation. You have within you the greatest resource that you could ever possibly imagine. That resource is your own personal experience of life. You are deriving nuggets of wisdom from every experience that you have. You are experiencing machines, and you will never stop. When you process an experience that is uniquely yours, it is moved through your very specific perception, and all of your experiences are affecting that perception. So you have a wide array of experiences to choose from when you are defining your reality. You can select which of your experiences you want to amplify and to have more of, and you can toss the others aside. Once you have an experience, you don't ever need to have it again. History is not doomed to repeat itself in your life. You are the decider. You are the one who chooses which experiences you want to activate within you, and therefore you choose your perception of reality. You choose how you filter every experience. When you are in the midst of an experience, you can easily forget that you have this power within you. You may feel like you have no choice but to interpret it through your usual perceptual lens, but you always have a choice, and you empower yourselves by making choices. You certainly empower yourselves by activating the experiences that you would like to have again. Of course, the next time you have that experience, it will be different because you will be different. So you get to build upon your experiences and create something brand new. You're not just the experiencer, you're also the creator. And when you want to create something, we suggest that you get very particular about which experiences you draw from. We invite you to build upon the experiences that are life-affirming and that pull more source energy through you. Once you discover that you have the ability to choose what you experience and how you experience it, you have everything that you need to create a brand new reality for yourself. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Go beyond thought. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. In your execution of a perfectly laid out plan, you often feel a sense of satisfaction, a sense of accomplishment. From our perspective, however, when things do not go according to plan, you have many more opportunities to seize. You are only capable of seeing a certain percentage of what is available to you to perceive. So your minds are not capable of foreseeing all the different possible ways in which things can go better for you than you had originally planned. Planning can limit you, and we want to see you expand. The way towards expansion is throwing all of your plans out the window and being open to accepting the magical and mysterious wonders that the universe has in store for you. Letting go of control and your plans doesn't mean you are surrendering your status as a conscious creator being. It just means that you are creating more than you can possibly understand, than you can possibly conceive of in your physical minds. When you create with an energy and vibration, there is no limit to what you can achieve, to what you can see, to what you can feel. We invite you to play a bigger game than you've ever played before. Play with all the cards in the deck rather than just the ones you can see on the table in front of you. You don't have to be able to imagine the best possible scenario in order for you to be living the best possible scenario. There was a time when you first learned about the power of your thought, and at that time you believed that thought was the answer. You believed that thought was everything, but thoughts can only take you so far. And once you have demonstrated to yourselves that you can create with the very limited amount of thoughts you have access to, you're going to want more. And we promise you that the more you want is available to you. It only requires you to let go of the old ways and embrace the new. Embrace the energies that are settling in on planet Earth and welcome your new ability to create with these energies. Welcome your ability to create that which has never been before and open your arms wide for all that the universe has in store for you. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. There are no mistakes. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. There are no mistakes being made by any of you or by humanity as a collective. You are never making a mistake when you make a choice that doesn't work out the way that you had hoped it would. You are exploring, and you will forever be exploring, and as an explorer, the outcome is not as important as what you discover along the way. So as you make a choice, you make a discovery, and if you are paying attention, you will feel the vibrational ramifications of the choice you have made. That vibration is information that you can then use to steer yourself in a direction that is more to your liking. There is no real outcome because there is no finality to your experience of itself. You may have chapters that you go through, periods of exploring one thing or another, but they are not the end of anything. You are accessing more energy whenever you make a choice, and for that simple reason alone, none of your choices could possibly be mistakes. It is through movement of energy that more energy gets summoned and accessed, and by making a choice and taking steps towards something, you are certainly accessing more energy. The energy that you access is you, and therefore everything leads to and results in your evolution. Everything, no matter what it is, it's not up to you to determine what the right choices are so that you may make them and stay on the right track. It is much more important for you to live your lives and have experiences than it is for you to achieve some sort of perfection. So think back to anything in your life that you would call a mistake, anything that you feel regret about, and reframe it. See it for what it really is. It's an opportunity for you to know more of who you are, to feel more energy flowing through you, and it's an opportunity for you to make a new choice. When you stop making choices for yourself, that's when you really get into trouble. When you refer to a book or a teaching or a religion to make all of your choices for you, that's when you begin to thwart the energy that is so natural, that wants to flow so freely, and that wants to get out there and make some choices. This is a free will universe, and you get to decide what direction you move in for the purpose of exploring more of this beautiful universe, which is ultimately just you exploring you. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. This set of channelings continues on the premise that you create your reality, and the Arcturian Council is giving a very advanced teaching on reality creation. In fact, if I was talking to somebody about teaching reality and they know a little bit about the basics, I would refer them to this episode because there are deeper levels to creating your reality. That is, that it comes from a vibration and energy. It comes from being in the present moment and seeking that out. It becomes a part of making choices, understanding how you use your energy. And an important aspect of this is that you cannot pressure yourself. And they also teach something very unique, that you should not make plans. You may have an idea of the reality you want to create, but don't make plans. You want to open yourself up to the infinite possibilities that are available to you. And when you do that, you're able to create the reality that you truly want. They emphasize that you are at your greatest ability in creating your reality when you are serving others. And, more importantly, that right now we are experiencing a shift in which our ability to create reality is enhanced and maximized so that you are creating more and more of your reality. The interesting thing about the Arcturian Council as compared to Quo is they have no reticence in discussing reality creation. Quo always feels like they kind of avoid that topic. I have tried to ponder why they try to avoid questions about the law of attraction and reality creation. They have answered some questions, but more philosophically, in the ways that creating reality is also a part of the test as to whether you're serving yourself and others. They always say that you're creating a reality, but that it is a pivotal part of the test in which we're taking on this planet. I think this is a little bit different. You have this ability to create your reality. It is fundamental to your experience. It is why you are here, and we are on this journey to ascend. And we must learn to react less and to create more. The Arcturian Council emphasizes that when you're comfortable, calm, and relaxed, that is the ideal time for you to create. When you're reaching for something that you feel you need in order to complete yourself, that is a time for you to process. It's important for you to know the difference and notice the difference between processing and creating. And fundamentally, they emphasize that awareness is the key. Be aware of the vibration that you are offering. Be aware of whether it is time to process or create, and be aware of how you're being of service to others. That is when you're at your most powerful. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com. Be sure to check out the Arcturian channel playlist as well as the Daniel Scranton playlist. We have also read some additional channelings from other entities from Daniel Scranton, such as the Creators and the Pleiadians. So I would emphasize that you want to check that out. It's quite interesting. And welcome to The Reality Revolution.